Hey, I'm Scott Grove from Imagine Grove, and in today's episode I want to show you how I put together some drawers using a pocket screw system. If you haven't used pocket screw systems, boy, they're really fast, really great, and really strong. Basically, the idea is that you're drilling a pocket hole, and then you put a screw in, and what the screw does is going perpendicular to the grain, as opposed to if I wanted a nail or a screw this way, I'm going into the fibers or into the layers or laminates of the plywood or the grain of the wood, and that's less strong. Sure, less strong. Any event, the one problem with pocket screws is when you put them in, it has a tendency to creep, meaning this board wants to slide over because these screws are going at a slight angle, and that can be problematic. So if you're looking to have this perfectly flush, here's a quick system of how I do it to put these drawers together. So basically what I've done here is screwed my clamp to the bottom of my bench, and I've made a simple squaring jig that my drawer side can go into. What this allows me to do is put my drawer side there, my drawer front in this case, put that on here, and by squeezing this together, I can, one, confirm that this is square, flush, the sides lined up and the top of the drawer lines up, and then by squeezing this together, the clamp will not allow that bottom board to slide at all. So now I have no creep at all. Typically this board would sneak in a little bit, and then you have a little sort of gap or offset, and I just don't like the way that looks. Another couple tricks that I do is on larger drawers like these, this is for a large dresser, I don't like to use solid wood. There's expansion contraction issues, and I'm using undermount drawer slides. So I like to use the Baltic birch, the problem is Baltic birch has lamination. So Baltic birch is basically a plywood, but the layers of the plywood have no voids in them, like typical plywood. If you cut in, there might be a knot hole or something. So when you're cutting this, you get this sort of striped edge. And a lot of people make drawers out of that, but I just don't like that. That still shows that it's plywood, and you can see the layers. So what I do is I simply just veneer one side of the top edge, and that gives you a nice clean looking drawer, very strong, very stable, lightweight, and so that's my story. I'm sticking to it. So another tip I like to do in my drawers is for the undermount lines, the Bloom, the Grass, any of those brands. What they recommend is that to notch out the back of the drawer so the drawer slide will function properly. And what that means, if you have your drawer sides in front and back all the same height, when you assemble it, you have to assemble it with the drawer bottom. And that's kind of a pain in the ass. So what I like to do is I cut the back panel down to the top of the drawer bottom groove. That allows me to slide this panel in. Also, I can assemble the drawer, and if I want to do finishing after, I can spray from the top and the bottom and not have to muck up the bottom panel. So this makes assembling the drawer just a little easier, I think. You simply slide your drawers in from the back, and then there you go. In addition, I can then square the drawer up. So and my panel's square, so simply by pushing it forward, I know the drawer is now going to be square. And also oftentimes in really large dresser drawers, the front and back panel sometimes bow just due to the nature of the material. So here I can eyeball it, and if I want to, actually this one's pretty good, but I can push or pull that back panel, straighten that out too. Often for dresser drawers, I like to use the melamine for a drawer bottom. In this case, it's a wide drawer, so I'm actually using 1/2-inch melamine, just so it's a little more solid. You don't have that sort of flimsy feel. And there you go. It's great. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that. I really appreciate it if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel and my website, imaginegrove.com. I also have a free newsletter there, which is based on design tips for the craftspeople, so hope that works out for you. And again, remember to find the line and cross it. See you next time.